20th of April, Rabbi Furst, Omer.
Very good. Okay. Just let me put this back on this screen. I'll share that with everybody. Okay. Back to Zion. Okay, there you go. You were back on the screen. Go ahead, man.
Okay. We made a mistake, okay, because of a cloudy day and counted the day and said the blessing, Al Sfirta Omer, okay. Chozrim lispor geshet tachshoch v'bracha. So he returns to count when it's dark, the bracha. So would that be a bracha l'tala then, if he does it cloudy day?
Could be that the bracha was made earlier. If it was made too early, right, it would be a bracha l'tala. Correct.
Oh, okay.
So if we really, you should really wait to make the bracha and the counting until it's really without any doubt nighttime already, or at least Benish Moshes. Benish Moshes is there's opinions about Benish Moshes. We'll see. He's going to mention that as himself about Benish Moshes.
Okay. Okay. So then, Sfirat Hayom al Yom Dilamachar Enu Klum. So what if he can't? The counting of the day is for the day that's tomorrow. He hasn't done anything,
right? Because if he's counting today for tomorrow, that doesn't work. Doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so for tomorrow, he didn't do anything. Okay, good. Let's see. L'chein midach dekim einan sofrim ad zeit hachochavim. So therefore, since he did it earlier, he did not count. He doesn't count until the stars come out.
Right. That's the proper way to do it, is to really wait until the stars have come out, because that makes it absolute nighttime without any doubts.
Uh-huh.
So it depends. To a large extent, the mice, it depends on the minion in Davinder. When does the minion daven? Some people daven earlier. It's a little bit before Tzeitzich Chachavim. It's still Benish Moshes, or really Benish Moshes really is over to a large extent after 18, 20 minutes. So you can, by winning 20 minutes after Shkia, you daven Ma'ariv, and Ma'ariv takes say 15 minutes. Say a proper Ma'ariv takes 15 minutes. So if you're not starting until 20 minutes after Shkia, add another 15 minutes, right? So that's 35 minutes after Shkia. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Safety for Chavim already.
Uh-huh. Okay. And this is proper to do.
Great, proper to do, to wait until it's Tzeitzich Chachavim, you get 3 stars. For example, I can take a look. Take a look at the calendar. 1 second. I'll take a look at the calendar and tell you. Now, Shkia's sunset is about 7:15 now. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 7:18, but okay.
Right. And Tzeitzich Chachavim
is depends how you go, I guess. The earliest is 7:42. I have 4 times on my calendar.
Right.
I don't know which is the correct one for Jerusalem, but
So here the Umrah is 48. 48. So it's about 32 minutes, about 32 minutes. They counted about 32 minutes. 32, that's 42 minutes after the yeah, actually no, 2015, 15, 50, 50. Yeah, about 30, 35 minutes, about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Yeah, it ranges from 36 minutes to 40 minutes after Shkia. That's more or less. Okay, let's continue.
okay. So it says, okay. Okay, so it says V'im sipru achar hashkiya v'ven hashmashot yatsa. So if he counts after this, what the sun sets between what's hashmashot, I guess before it gets actually dark,
Right.
he's yotze.
So that still works.
Okay, it's dark. Okay. V'harosh sof psachim katav v'zeh lishono. So the Rosh at the end of his psach,
What's that?
decision, I guess.
The Gemara psach.
Oh, that's in Gemara? Oh, okay. In Pesachim, okay. Oh, I guess the other Pesach is with a kuf then.
Correct, that's right.
Okay. So in the Gemara, Pesachim, the Rosh wrote, and this is so I guess this is the language, literally. Okay. So let's see. Upiresh Rabbeinu Yitzchak Isafak Chashicha Yachol Barech. So Rabbeinu Yitzchak explained the decision. What about darkness? Or if he has a doubt about the darkness.
Yeah, something because Sheikha, like Rabbi Yitzchak said, if there's a doubt whether it's dark or not, you can still make a bracha.
Oh. Oh, okay. So you could still do it. Still. Okay, it still stay the blessing. Okay, ve'eno tzarich lahamtim ad sheyehei vadai laila. Okay, and one is not required, he's not required to wait until it becomes actually nighttime.
Right.
So that's what he says. He doesn't need to wait until actual night time. Okay. So it's a reclam. Okay. Okay. Kevan de have sefecha drabanan. Oh, because it's a rabbinic doubt, I guess.
Correct. That's right.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Today the odd and more so. The adif tefei samuch lehachshicha mishum tamimot. I forgot what adif was.
It's better. There's more. There's more of an advantage.
Oh, right. Okay, so there's more of an advantage uh, to do it close to dark.
Yeah, should do it close to dark.
Okay, mishum timimot, because of
Tamimos is a concept we see by Furst. So Omer, haven't mentioned this yet, but it's explained that the days should be
complete.
yeah, complete days.
Oh, okay, because okay, tamim. Okay, complete. Okay. Let's see, tamim. Okay, Ad kan lishono. That's the end of the quote, I guess. Okay.
Right.
The Hai Gavna Katvu Hatosafot V'Menachot Sham Vidacho. So let's see, Hai Gavna. I forget what that is.
That in this particular case, for ad kan l'shana, that's the end quote. Ad kan
Right.
quote. Ki agavna in this case.
Okay, the Tosafot wrote. In Menachot. Menachot Sham Vidacho. Isn't Dachu to push?
Right. Right. It says here, ki agavna kasav the tosus benachos sham vid sham vidacho. Right. I guess that's Tosus wrote this there, and there he argues with Dachu, literally to push, but it means like he argued.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So the Tosfot argued. Okay. The Ein Nerazeh, that this doesn't appear to be so.
Right.
Okay, let's see. V'chein katvu chol haposkim lechatchila yispor mechashicha. Okay, and and therefore all of the poskim wrote that lechatchila, I guess it's best to count from when it's dark. Okay. Ve'ein anu somchin lispor ben hashmashot rak b'kabbalat Shabbat. Oh, and we don't count close to ben hashmashot, but only on Kabbalat Shabbat. So that's Friday evening.
Right. That's mean, the only time we don't really rely on the halacha is we don't rely on counting during the shmashes. You really should be waiting till Tzeitza Chachamim, right? Which as we saw is like 36, 40 minutes. Which again, if you daven with the minyan that starts sometimes, some 20 minutes, half an hour after Shkia, then it's no problem whatsoever.
Right.
The only time we're concerned about Ben Ishmashis is with Kabbalah Shabbos. And he gives the reason why Shabbos is different.
Okay. Yeah, because some shuls start earlier, like 7 o'clock or something.
Right.
Okay, so Mishum, the mitzvah, v'chovah lekabel Shabbat be'od yom. Okay, because the mitzvah and obligation to accept Shabbat be'od yom can be during the day, be'od yom.
Right, and it's by Shabbos, when it comes to Shabbos, we're Makabel Shabbos during Bein Hashmoshes because it's a mitzvah and an obligation to accept Shabbos while it's still daytime. Shabbos should come in. Our bringing in the Shabbos should be before Shabbos actually is coming in.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so now we're at Chet. It says Katav Rabbeinu Abeit Yosef B'Sif Gimel. Okay, so this is the Beit Yosef in the section Gimel.
Right.
Okay. The Beit Yosef. Okay. It says Halel im hatzibur mibod yom. Okay, so when one davens with the community, it's during the daytime, or during day.
Right.
Okay. So then it says, Monei imahem below bracha. Oh, so you can. Okay, so when you do this, you count the days without a bracha. Okay, ve'im yizkor balayla yivarech. That's what I was just going to ask you. Okay. Ve'im yizkor balayla yivarech v'yizpor ad kan lishono. Okay, so and if he remembers at night.
Yeah, later on that night. Right.
Okay, he can say the blessing and count. Ad kan, what's at the end of the quote? Ad kan lishono.
Yeah, that's correct. That's right.
Okay, and say the blessing and count. Okay, end the quote. Okay. Ulav davka mi bod yom. Well, then if it's not actually daytime.
Well, okay, so this is now he just quoted, right? He just quoted what the Mechaber wrote. And now we say the Mechaber wrote Mod Yom. Bod Yom really means when it's still daylight, right? Still daylight, right? So he's saying it doesn't really mean daylight. It doesn't really lav dafkin, but it doesn't really mean daylight.
Oh. Well, dark, it really doesn't mean daylight. Okay. Okay, I'm back to okay. De'im kain heich mivarchin hatzibor bracha livtalot. And if so, how can they bless? How can the congregation bless a wasted blessing?
Right.
Oh.
Because the way, if it's read simply, that the congregation is making these brachas and counting the Suras Omer while it's still daytime. We just got through saying that the next, you can't count today for tomorrow. Doesn't make any sense. Right. So, and if a person did count, we just got through learning, if a person did count during the daytime for tomorrow, he has to go back and recount with the bracha the next that night, and the bracha that he made is bracha levatola. So how can we? So it can't be that the Mechaber is saying now that he's learning about a situation where the congregation actually davening while it's broad daylight and counting the Omer while it's broad daylight.
Okay, ulama yimne imahem l'chazek yidei ovrei avera. Okay, so how can he count with them? L'chazek yad.
Right, that's like to strength, literally to strengthen the hands of those who are doing sin.
Oh, okay. So him. Strengthen the hand of those doing sin. Okay. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. The od lama kamar the im yiskor. Oh, and still, how can one say, and if he remembers, alo mechuyav liskor? He's not obligated to remember, I guess. Shaharei lo yatzar klal, and therefore he doesn't fulfill the mitzvah.
Right. It's,
Okay, so how
just wonder. I'm just many nightmare. Oh, right. But and also the question is, another question is Lama Kama. Why is he saying the if he'll remember, meaning as if it's optional? Hello. This is like a rhetorical question. Hello, Michayev Liskor. Is he not? He's not obligated to remember. He wasn't Yotzi at all.
Wow. Okay. Let's say claw. Okay. Ella, a kavana she'ena dain laila mamash. But the intention she'ena dain laila,
that it hasn't become actual night yet.
Oh.
Actual Laila Mamish, actual night.
So it hasn't, become actual night. Okay. Ella ben hashmashot de mutar least poor eyes. But then at twilight, they're permitted to count then?
Right. Ella, it's Bena Shmoshes, the Mutulus both that rather he must be talking about where he's doing it Bena Shmoshes, where it's permissible to count.
Oh.
The mutter last clause that at that point it's permissible to count.
It's permissible to count, Kamo, as I've written already.
Right.
Okay. Achu eino ragil lispor ela balayla. But it's not typical to count, but only at night.
Right.
Okay.
Meaning this person's regulus, this person's routine is to only count when it's actual night. But here he's davening with a congregation that's davening during Ben Shmoshes.
Oh,
He personally doesn't usually count until nighttime.
uh-huh. I hear. Okay, Vayikavein she'im lo yizkor yatsa b'sfira zo. And since he might not remember, he's Yotze, he's fulfilled his obligation with this counting.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's so we're talking about just the person who's davening with the minyan. He's not the shliach tzibur.
Right, correct.
Okay, so he's just davening with them. Okay, the imi's core lo yatsa, and if he remembers, I guess later he's not yotze. He's already fulfilled his obligation.
Right.
The Tanai mo'il b'chi hegavna. And a condition, he causes?
Well, here, so since this person, he usually davens at night, but he's now stuck in a minyan. The only minyan he's going to have for Ma'ariv is davening Ben Shmoshes.
Ben Shmashot.
But he usually counts only when it's actual nighttime.
Right. Okay.
So therefore, he should go ahead and count along with them, but without a bracha. And he should intend that if he's not going to remember to recount later on that night, Yotze b'sfirzo, he'll be Yotze with this particular counting he's doing now.
Oh.
The Im Yizkar, on the other hand, however, Im Yizkar, if he will remember, then he's not going to be Yotze with this counting now.
So then that would be a bracha l'tala.
Yeah, well, right now he's making his count without a bracha.
Oh, without it. Oh, okay. But the counting is he doesn't fulfill his obligation because he's already counted. Okay. Oh, so that's interesting.
Yeah, well, it could be if he remembers, it could be that if he will remember to count later on, so then it's going to be like nullifying his original count, and he could maybe even could make a bracha later on also. He's not speaking about that though.
No.
But look, he's going to add that in the next paragraph. Well, give him.
Oh, okay. Because I had a question pertaining to that. If he's already counted, but he for whatever reason he has to count for someone else, would he be able to say the bracha again? So we'll have to see if that's the case. Okay. V'tanai mo'il v'chi haigavna. Okay, and its condition
helps in this particular situation.
Okay, in this situation, Haigavna. Zehu shesiyem Rabbeinu a Ramah. Oh, and this is the end of the Ramah.
Right, as he's gonna quote in a moment.
Okay, Vizel Lashon. Oh, okay, this is his quote. Okay, Va'afilu ana amen al bracha hatzibor im hayadato shel lo latzeit yaksor v'yivarech v'yispor balayla ad kan l'shono v'zehu k'devarenu. Oh, okay. So, and even if he answers, Amen. Oh,
Right, so that's right.
so even if he answers, Amen on the bracha of the tzibor, okay, of the community, if in his mind he's not, he doesn't want to fulfill his obligation.
Right.
He doesn't want to fulfill his obligation. Okay. Let's say, okay, yeah, so he can go and repeat and with the blessing and the counting that night.
Right, so as long as, even if he's answering amen to the bracha of the shliach tzibor, if he has in mind not to be yotzi, he later on can go ahead and make a count and even make a bracha his own.
Okay, so he can make the bracha with the count. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Zehu Kidra Kidvaran, and these are our words, or this is our matters.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. V'zeh shekatav im hayadato shelo latzeit. And this that's written, and if he doesn't have in mind to, or he has in mind not to fulfill the obligation, mishum de mistama kevan shmona ima tzibor. What, because there's only 8 in the with the community, with the tzibor.
That
Kevan shmona.
Yeah, even right. That's even according to the opinion that says Mrs. Tzrikas Kavana. So Kevin Shemonim in the tzibur. He's counting with the tzibur that if Mrs. Tzrikas Kavana, what that means here in this context, it means that he's doing it with the tzibur, but his kavana is not to be yotzi with the tzibur.
Oh.
He usually counts at nighttime, right? So he's not interested really in counting with the tzibur, even though he's there, because he's davening with the tzibur, but he's not interested in being yotzi with the tzibur. Since Mrs. Strikas Kavana, that you have to have Kavana to do the mitzvah. And here he's not having Kavana to do the mitzvah. He's just having Kavana to daven with the tzibur, but he's not having Kavana to be to the yotzi his mitzvahs Furst Omer.
But then it says Kevan Shmona Ima Tzibor, since there's only 8, or he's only 8 with the tzibor.
Kevin Shemon, he's counting Mona, not Shmona.
Oh, Mona. Oh, not, it's not. I've done that before. Okay. 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 Since he's counting. Okay, very good. Okay, so we're up to Tet now.
Right.
Okay, Binyan ha nos noscha beomer o leomer. Oh, so this is whether the tradition is with beomer or leomer.
Yeah, very good. Right. Going back to that.
Okay. I wonder why he, I mean, I guess when he wrote this, he put Omer first because Bet comes before Lamed, I presume.
Could be.
I don't know if it's a preference over
Right.
Omer on his part. Okay, so let's see. It says Ein Hakra Bioter Nir Omer V'chein Anu Omrim. Okay, so Ein Hakra.
That's I believe the pasuk, the reference to the pasuk.
Oh. So the reference to the pasuk is it appears more so lit Omer.
Yeah, well, actually, no. To tell you this, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I thought that it should that's kra would be with a kuf. Chav ein hakra ein.
That's the bend, isn't it?
It's well, yeah. It really means to There's no indication, right?
Okay. So there's no indication. Okay. That it appears that Le Omer is better, Yoter.
Right.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, that Le Omer is better. V'chein anu omrim. And so we say.
Yeah, that's how we say. There's according to the Orach Shulchan, you say his custom is to say with the lamed. You hear a lot of people. Some say with the lamed, some say with a bay.
Okay, that's interesting though. Okay, so ve'imana b'roshei tevot kigon zayin la'omer. Oh, okay, and if one counts with the initials or the letters representing the numbers, I guess. Kigon zayin la'omer o chet o yud aleph kiyotze bazeh. So one can actually count saying the letters of the day and he's still Yotze?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So one can count with the letters representing. Wow. I mean, I would have to think though, even if he counts with the letters, I mean, when you see, for example, a Zion, in my head anyway, I always think 7. You know, if I see a Zion or a Chet, Yud Chet 18, that's a popular one, you know.
Correct, yes.
So, okay. ukiyotze bazeh, and he's fulfilled his obligation with this. Yesh deot im yatsa im lav. So there are opinions that he might be yotze or he might not be. Okay. V'nir'eh diyatsa delo gara milishon laz. And it appears that he would fulfill his obligation, delo gara, even if he didn't go, or is it in a foreign language?
Logor, I mean, it's not any worse. It's not worse than a foreign language.
Oh, okay.
A person could count. You could count in English. You could count in French, Yiddish, right?
Okay, so it's not worse if he counts in a foreign language. Yeah, well, I thought you were supposed to count so you understood it.
Yes, exactly. Right. The Mr. Brewer says that if it's you don't understanding, it's not considered accounting. Counting by definition means that you understand, to count. If you're counting money and you don't know what what you're counting, that's that can't be because that's not a kid's.
That's not very good either, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't want. You want to count $1 million, you give it to a 7-year-old. Like you don't want to rely on him.
Yeah, hold on to this, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay, let's say, okay, Logra, okay, we're counting in a foreign language. L'cho yoter yispor pam acheret below bracha. And what all that they counted another time, but without a bracha.
Since there is discussion about this as to whether or not it really works or not, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's good if you would go back and count again another time without a bracha though.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
So we can't without a bracha. Okay. So even if you're not sure you benched Omer, you can always say the day and fulfill the obligation of continuing the count.
Correct, absolutely. Anytime that you're in doubt as to whether or not you said it or not, you can always simply count without a bracha, but just count and you'll rest assured that if you didn't do the mitzvah before, you've done it now.
So today is day what? 14.
Today's day 14, correct.
So I've just counted in case I didn't count last night.
Yeah. You should know there's some congregations that every morning after the davening, the Gabbai makes an announcement that today, for example, is day 14 to remind anybody if for some reason they forgot.
Doesn't Roy have to say which is 2 weeks?
Excuse me?
Doesn't Roy have to say which is 2 weeks in order to say he counted?
There's a your yotzi if you say days. There are those that say that you should also say the weeks. Likatchila definitely should say with the weeks as well.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
If it's only a suffix, so it could be that you don't have to say everything. But again, if you want to really be sure and do it the proper way, you should say the proper counting. Likatchila according to all opinions.
Mm.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we have some time. Let's continue on.
Okay. Umisha katav b'miktav hayom kach b'kach le'omer. And what one writes in a letter, a miktav?
Yeah, we're looking at different situations where it's possible to be Yotzi. This,
Oh,
let's say, for example, if you've got a person for some reason he can't talk. Let's say Adno, he had dental surgery and they had to close his mouth in a way that he couldn't speak for a day or so or two, right?
uh-huh.
So what's he supposed to do?
Okay. Lomer, imlo kevan imlo kevan latsate. But if he doesn't,
Yeah, if he doesn't, he says, Yesh Mishakasa, there is those who have written if Hayom Kacha Kachla Omer, that if it was written, he wrote such and such a day, this is such and such a day for the Omer. So Im Lochiban would say, if he hadn't had in mind when he wrote this down,
oh,
let's say he's writing a letter, right? He's writing a letter, and instead of simply writing today is Chaf Chet Nissen, he wants to write Hayom Yom Arba Aser Shtei Shavuos LaOmer. He wants to be a little bit fancy about writing it up, right?
uh-huh.
So let's say he wrote that as the date for his letter.
Right. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So imlo kevan latsate. Okay. Near the afilu lemans the sphera le mitzvot einan sri chot kavana de lo yatsa. It appears that even
Even according to that opinion that they hold, sphere that they hold, this is ancient Kavana, that mitzvahs do not require Kavana.
oh, so if one holds, oh, okay, do not require kavana. Okay. Let's see. Delo Yete, Yatza. He hasn't fulfilled it. Okay. Let's see. Kevan Shelo Asa Mitzvah Ketikuna. Okay, since he didn't do a mitzvah according to the enactment. Okay. Have I nit coin shelo latzeit. So have I kiti.
Right. So again, even according to the opinion that mitzvahs do not require to Kavana, Kavan is not Yotze. Kavan Shlo mitzvah kitikuno. He has not done the mitzvah according to its proper procedure.
Oh.
Not proper. It hasn't done the mitzvah according to its proper procedure.
Okay, so we didn't do the mitzvah. Okay, so he doesn't do the mitzvahs for the procedure. Okay. Are you can need the coin Shelo Yatsa. So he's not Yotze.
right?
Oh,
So since he didn't do it properly, it's as if he's having intention not to be Yotze.
okay. Vafilu kevan latzeit nira delo Yatsa. But and
And even if he had kavanah that he wanted to be fulfilling his mitzvah by writing it down, he would not be Yotze.
oh. So he wouldn't be Yotze. Wow. Okay, so he wouldn't be Yotze. Okay. Dafilu I Kativa Kedibor Demay, even if he wrote it in blood? No, that can't be.
No, I feel e kasiva kadibur dummy. Even if you'll suggest and say that writing it down is like speaking,
Oh, that writing is like speaking. Okay. Okay, like speaking. Zehu kashe haktiva hu liglot al makshvat libo. That when the writing hu liglot literally reveal on the thoughts of his heart, but I guess if he had it in his heart, though, that when he wrote it,
right? Meaning when do you say that writing is like speaking? That's if you want to somehow reveal what's going on in your mind, right?
okay. So what's on your mind?
So in order to reveal what's on your mind,
Okay.
so writing can be instead of speaking.
Okay. V'lo b'makom shadibor hu mitzvah. But it's that this is not in place of the mitzvah.
Right, meaning the writing it down will not be in place of a verbal mitzvah. You want to write down Kriya Shema. You don't see Kriya Shema if you write down Kriya Shema.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, verbal.
But let's say, for example, for like Lashon Hara. Lashon Hara, if you writing Lashon Hara is just as an Isser as speaking Lashon Hara.
Right. Okay, so we'll quickly finish this. Let's see.
We'll finish this paragraph, right?
Midui dehave echtov kriyat. Oh, this is what you just said. Okay, it's like if you write Kriya Shema or the Shemona Esrei Tefillah, the Vadai lo yatsa. Certainly, he's not Yotze. Okotev Birchat Hamazon, or even if he wrote Birchat Hamazon, he's not the Yotze.
Right, those won't work at all. Very good, thank you, man.
You're welcome. Thank you for helping me.
Okay, Mitzvah Shem. All right, so let's see. Tomorrow's Erev Shabbos, so if we want, we could spend some time at 9:30 on the Parsha, and then Yom Rishon will be starting his Zman again. So we'll be starting at 9 o'clock again. Correct?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So Sunday is normal. We're back to normal.
Yes.
Right. So tomorrow, 9:30, the Parsha.
Yes.
And Rosh Chodesh is
starting tonight and continuing through Shabbos, the Erev Shabbos and Shabbos.
Right. So Friday and Shabbos are Rosh Chodesh. Is Rosh Chodesh. Okay. I'll try and remember that.
Very good.
Okay,
Alright,
very
y'all have a
good.
Wonderful day. Hope to see you tomorrow or Yom Rishon either way.
Okay, very
Um,
good.
Bye, I'll see you at 3:15.
Be'ez Hashem. Very
It
good.
might be a bit later tomorrow since
Yeah.
it'll be Musaf.
That's true. It's true. We may have to start a little bit later tomorrow. We'll see. We'll try as close to 9:30 as possible.
All right.
Okay, very good.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay, everyone have a wonderful day. See you all later.
Bye now.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.